In 2009, Congress enacted the America's Affordable Health Choices Act, which mandates the purchase of private health care insurance by individuals and certain businesses. What is your position on this particular requirement, and how do you believe it will affect small businesses?
Yeah, the question about the mandate. Okay, it would be great if we could all have health care on somebody else's dime. It would be great if we could afford everything and not have to say no. But it gets back to what I said in my opening statement about priorities and requirements and how much money you have and stretching dollars for every inch they'll go. And then drawing a line and saying it's not good for the long-term future to spend this way. And it gets back to what I mentioned about the Constitution. You know, we'll see what the Supreme Court says in June. But the question Judge Stevens said about, is it constitutional to create commerce, to then go ahead and regulate it? The Constitution, that common founding document, is that's the germane question of this. Now you take a look at its effects on small business. And the last I looked, last summer, there was over 1,500 different entities, unions, some of them, small businesses, McDonald's, already getting exemptions from the Obamacare bill because they know it's not going to work. They can't afford it. Another issue with this bill, when you talk about how it affects small businesses and jobs, in 1967 it was estimated that Medicare, and it's a good program, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I want to save Medicare, I want to afford Medicare, I want it to be there for seniors. I don't want them to lose their services. I'm just pointing out a fact. In 1967, Medicare was predicted to cost $12 billion in 1990. It cost $110 billion. Originally, Obamacare was supposed to cost $940 billion. Well, it's just 1 year later, folks, 1 year later, and the latest Congressional Budget Office estimate is $1.76 trillion. What's it going to be 30 years from now? We can't afford the way it's done right now. We have the best medical system in the world. It's about access, it's about quality. You can tell story after story of people who come to America to get their medical care. There are things in Obamacare that are good, pre-existing conditions. My 18-year-old daughter is on my health care up until 26. I think it's a great idea. Not dropping somebody when they're sick. Excellent idea, but those cost money. And we have to do things that are smart. Government takeover of the healthcare system is not the way to go forward. Talking about unions again. The mandate. And if a company decides to drop your health care, then they just pay a small fine. It's cheaper. Well, there's a reason there's unions, because I know my company that I work for would drop me in a heartbeat just to save that extra dollar and put me on the government healthcare system. I don't want that. And I don't want to see that going forward. There's smart reform we can do for our healthcare system. We need to do it right. Thank you.